Are we ready for our date with Spirit? You and Spirit arrive at the coast, overlooking the Black Lighthouse. It's old and decrepit, but still impressive. There's something magnetic about it. You can see why Spirit would be drawn to such a place. Look, I know it's not 7 feet tall with beach ball biceps or a mass that looks like some kind of children's toy that got melted to an insane asylum fire, but I've been told I can be intimidating in my own way. Hell, I've got literal shards of glass sticking out of me, I get it. But I'm actually glad you looked past that and picked me. There's really no need to be scared. I'm pretty harmless. Unless you do something that reminds me I take revenge and you're standing in my way when a lust for violent retribution binds me to everything else good in this universe. Or if I look too closely at the sun and it makes me sneeze. Not all these glass shards are incredibly tightly stuck in here, you know? Just to keep your head on a swivel, and I think we're gonna have a really lovely time together. You look Spirit up and down and notice that she's wearing all black, just like the lighthouse. I'm noticing a bit of a theme. Is black your favorite color? Black isn't really a color at all, it's the absence of color. It's a void. Like a black hole. Place that swallows light. A dying star. Damn, that's dark. You're confident that Spirit will vibe with this, but Spirit doesn't care for science fiction, not the type with spaceships and lasers anyhow. She's much more into the type of stranger adventures that kick off right here on Earth. Earth is... that where we are, you wonder? The lapping waves on the shore of the coast set a romantic tone. The fog that surrounds Spirit everywhere she goes bends perfectly with the mist rolling up over the rocky shoreline. She's at one with this place, and so are you. Peace doesn't last too long, however, as the lighthouse lets out an eerie howl, like a monster dying. Spiraling black light stretches out across the sky. Spirit has to yell at you just to be heard. Oh yeah, it does that! The light and sound recede, and the two of you sit in silence. Spirit lays a towel down and then pats on it gently. Clearly she wants your company, so you oblige. When you do, she takes out some sunscreen and hands it to you. You're not exactly sure what to do. Is it an invitation to get a little hands-on action? What else could it be? Hey! Forgot to bring my own. I lost my memory and I fell into the ocean. No problem, I figured as much. Spirit turns away while you lather lotion all over your body. You need any help reaching those difficult spots? You see a hand float around your back. Sure. Why not? Spirit's hand on your back is ice cold, but she has a soft touch. When she's done, she takes care of herself. You watch as Spirit apply sunscreen to herself in the most unique way, by floating her own hand around her back to spread it on. We'll comment on it. The fact that your hands just float around you like that, you can reach things way easier than I can. It's almost like you're some kind of superhero. Guess you could say she's real handsy. Yup. I'm glad you get a kick out of it, but floating severed limbs isn't exactly the type of superpower you think to wish for as a kid. I'd much rather be able to read minds. Maybe then I'd understand why some people act the way they do. I don't really like either of these options. I don't know what I'm necessarily apologizing for. But I'm truly sorry. I clearly hadn't thought through what your experience was like. Sometimes humor is how you deal with uncomfortable situations, but clearly you read the room wrong. I was just thinking about what you must have gone through to end up like that. It had to have been horrible. It was worse than death. At least death ends, eventually. But I wouldn't want to forget it. It literally made me who I am right now. Truth is, I could put all of these bits of glass that are stuck into my flesh right out if I wanted to. But I don't want to. Each shard is a reminder of what my father did to me, and what the world did to him. That's why I refuse to play the universe's game. I hate the idea that I'd be forced to succumb to pressure the way he did in the end. The way that fear and anger filled him and then came bursting out. The way his misery flooded our home and drowned us all. Eesh. It's hard not to think about revenge. The dragon inside me, it's doing to me what the world did to him. I have to fight it, even though it gives me strength. I must maintain control. You're stronger than he ever was, I'm sure of it. Appreciate that. Suppose a little help isn't a bad thing. In life, in love, this world is a lot to endure alone. Maybe I could use a little assistance reaching my delicate toes for a bit of lotion. You know, having your body contorted into these vengeful poses really does a number on my joints. Rubs the lotion on its skin. That was weird. I am getting better at it, though. You're right. Well, I suppose that the lotion made it to where it's supposed to go eventually. And you weren't too incredibly wasteful. I'm not a woman who believes in rushing through things just to get them done. If there is a next time, I'm sure you'll do even better. You look at the lighthouse, its ominous dark form hovering above this moment between spirit and yourself. Evil as it clearly is, in this case it does you a solid by blurting out another ominous moan and burst of black light that rescues you from an awkward silence. From seemingly out of nowhere, an ancient-looking ship appears in the water. It glows, itself a thing of death, a spirit of ship that once sailed these seas centuries ago. A tattered black flag whips in the ocean air above the ship as it careens toward the shore. Before crashing on the rocks, it must have been drawn in by the lighthouse. You hear the distant shouting of sailors as the old wooden ghost ship breaks and sinks into the water. Alright, it does that sometimes too. Should we, do something? No, the sharks will take care of it. Within a minute, the ocean is quiet again, except for the waves. Note to self, hungry sharks. But these time-traveling pirates, or whoever they were, you're half sure you saw one of those skull and crossbone flags, aren't the only ones drawn here today. It's Wraith! He's emerged from the palm trees behind you. I didn't come here to break up your date or something. I came here for that. Wraith points to the lighthouse. It is indifferent to his attention. I've been seeing it in my dreams, shining its strange light on me. I can't avoid it. Through woods and walls, nothing seems to stop it from reaching out to me. Duh, it's a haunted lighthouse. It does that to everyone at some point. You're no more special than me, those dead pirates, or that mermaid I saw washed up on shore that one time. Ew. Mermaids, by the way, aren't even close to as beautiful in person as they are in movies. More sea witch than underwater princess, if you get my drift. It's all part of a vast conspiracy, an epic river of lies that runs beneath the island or something. Pretty sure I figured it out. The basics, anyhow. If you come with me, I can... You can get cut! Spirit waves her katana, nearly trimming a couple of buttons off Ray's tropical chop. He takes the hit and backs away a few steps slowly. For the quiet guy, he never really shuts up. Okay, be that way, you'll see. Alone at last, tension broken, deathly moans quiet, and Wraith banished back to wherever he hangs out. You scooch closer to Spirit, breathing in the damp, foggy air that seems to emanate from her. Not quite clear how that whole fog thing works, but you don't even care. You're feeling this moment. Spirit seems to be feeling it too. She starts to adjust her robe, and you get a peek at the bathing suit beneath. Uh-oh. What is happening? Spirit walks you around a corner to show you something that she discovered in this place and knew was meant to be connected with her journey. A cherry tree. It's just a small sapling that has begun to sprout flowers. Doesn't make sense to see a cherry tree here, in this place. It also doesn't make sense to see a ghost in a black bathing suit, so you just accept it. As Spirit steps up to the tree, a cold breeze pulls petals off, and then come cascading through the air around both of you. Do you know the meaning of the cherry blossom? They're beautiful, but also quite symbolic. Of course, like all good symbols, their meaning is pretty complicated. What do they mean to you? For many people, being among cherry blossoms is like being at a celebration of life. People travel great distances just to be near their vibrant beauty. However, as beautiful as they might be, they aren't magical. They're simply flowers. They quickly die and fade away, and for this reason, they're also a symbol of the fleeting nature of life, of our fragile mortality. In a way, it's the specter of looming death that calls attention to this special moment to see and appreciate life. How does that duality make you feel? Unsure. Spirit's question isn't easy to answer. You want to impress her, but you also want to be true to yourself. The entire range of human experiences stretches out before you, and you feel paralyzed by the different options available to you in this moment. And that's okay. It wasn't a simple question with a simple answer. Who knows if Spirit herself even has an answer in mind. Getting real serious here. When do we get to the boning? Okay. No, you can't say that and then ooh woo. However, it occurs to you, like the fallen blossoms wilting at your feet, this chance at connecting with the beautiful person in front of you might be fleeting. Is one of these answers the better choice, or do you remain unsure? Let's say empowered. Just for shits and giggles. The knowledge that life and death are a cycle has always given me peace. Accepting the fleeting nature of life like the beauty of a flower in bloom allows me to appreciate the moment without being too hung up on what comes next. Oh shit. I picked the wrong one. As you explain, Spirit's face begins to look sad to you. You're not sure why. It's not the happiest topic, life and death, but why should that matter? And then it dawns on you. Spirit has been trapped in this ghastly state of death with no hope to cycle back. Oh, fuck. No rebirth. Her moment of blossoming life, long gone. That scary time of death and decay that comes after the good part, at Spirit's eternity. I fucked up. You're like an idiot. I wasn't talking about you. I wasn't even thinking about you. I just... You just answered from the heart. I can't let that bother me. Our priorities are not the same. I have my mission. I know, right? Way to go, me. Shit. Once the fallen cherry blossoms represented the souls of samurai swords. Those with noble characters, those who do not fear death, those who were killed in the greatest sacrifice to honor their emperor. Their lives were short, but their purpose gave them beauty. Those warriors saw death coming, but they never despaired. They stood and faced it. They held their swords and struck down with fear. But despite the samurai spirit that lives on in me, my noble bloodline, my life has ended. But my death continues to stretch on. The cycle is frozen. This cherry tree, it's not real. Though its petals fall, they soon replenish. It's as if it were installed here by someone. You watch as Spirit chooses her words carefully. By something with no respect for the balance of life and death. Sorry to interrupt. You know we don't believe you, right? Yep. But this time, we've got a really good reason. And it has nothing to do with us being manipulated by an unseen force, because that's definitely not happening. Nobody accused you of that, but okay. We're just here to tell you that it's time for dinner, silly. Get it? Well, it's hot! I guess it's time to go, or whatever. Thanks for spending time with me today. I enjoyed it. Me too. Hi, Evan Moore. Back to, like, the dog barking music. What in the goddess is this? This is the, Dead by Daylight dating sim. It's horny as fuck. Oh, welcome. What a fun day you've been having. I can see it written all over your face. You're shining. And that's not just the remaining anxious sweat from spending an afternoon courting a psycho killer. No. You're really feeling this whole romantic experience. Don't worry. I'll keep your dirty little secrets. And the weird as fuck? That too. But enough gentle ribbing. It's time to get back to business. All the appetizing singles have arrived for dinner, including Trickster. Wraith is here too. We're not gonna do the gag where we cram them all on screen at the same time again, so just believe me, they're all here. And they're just as sexy and demented as you remember them. Your love on the line, everyone is being careful not to offend you by saying the wrong thing. Congrats, by the way, on getting this far. I'm as surprised as you are these four are falling for you. No, not because of your personality, but because you just met them yesterday. This is so weird. However, since Trapper seems like the biggest long shot to end up holding your heart, he throws caution to the wind and speaks up. Pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer in Murderer's Island, but hey, letting them have this one moment in the spotlight is the least we can do, and heaven knows they won't do any better than that. If I'm dining solo, I'm eating what I want, and you're all eating it too. Lamb shank. Rare, salt, pepper, no sauce is allowed, and serve it with one single piece of broccoli so Wraith won't complain. I like broccoli. It's be horrible gas. Oh, I don't like that. Buddy, wait till you smell that rare lamb does to my bowels. It's awesome. Weird. Dinner will be served shortly, but certain power brokers would like to know about your day. Would you like to share your day with the rest of the group? You've had an interesting day, that's for sure. But how will you describe it to the others? Say too much or too little, and it could affect your standing with the group. Okay, but don't just sit there and say nothing. Nothing is not an option. Well, be coy. Wasn't really a date. More like two people avoiding everyone else and choosing to be alone, but doing it in a relatively close proximity to each other. That's exactly right. Couldn't have said anything of value better myself. Spirit is clearly happy with the way you portrayed your date. No surprise. Doesn't like people getting into her business. Dwight and Claudette bring out dinner. Everyone eats in silence. No one trusts anyone now. And they're all very tired. Oh wait, no, sorry. That's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica, not a charming parody dating sim set in an undisclosed tropical paradise. Bon appetit. Wait. They wrote bony, not bon. No, almost everything we serve has at least a lot of bones in it. Even the vegetables. Impossible to avoid on this island. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are rising, both of the sexual and deadly variety. When everyone finishes, Dwight and Claudette come back to clean up the table. They linger around you as they pick up your plate, take your napkin, and dust crumbs off the table. What would you like to say to the servants? Thank them. Your top-notch service is much appreciated. In fact, here. For us, just for doing our jobs? Thank you kindly. Everyone, if you would please be so kind as to follow us to the fire pit, we greatly appreciate it. We've been told something big is gonna happen. Something that will change everything. You can go willingly or you can go unwillingly. You have no choice. Tough cookies. Did you have a choice on how you said that, dweeb? Yes, and I immediately regret how I did. Good. Something needs to change around here. Fire is rebirth. Fire illuminates the soul. I hope the fire isn't too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes. I'm also horribly afraid of it. The fire, I mean, not my eyes, because of childhood trauma involving fire. We need... I think he needs a hug. And finally, everyone starts moving toward the fire pit, if only to get away from Wraith's complaining. Oh, buddy. You take a seat on a comfortable log, feeling the fire's heat against your skin, and wait for other killers to take their places. Wondering who will want to tell a story this time. Will narrator tell a story? I bet they've got stunningly creative mind. Hey, you think, are they allowed to simply place thoughts in my mind? Like this doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in, but something unexpected happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. Something almost always seems to be happening here, so nothing is probably not a great sign. Oh, cool. And now everyone's looking at you. So, you know, do something. Should I pick someone to tell a story? Or we could play charades? Boggle? Well, we were actually thinking, why don't you tell us a story? Wraith points his spine and skull staff thingamajig at you. You duck out of its way. Who knows what that thing can do? Probably shoots lasers. Try not to bore us. We're just very interested in you. Don't speak for me, Huntress. Now, you can't tell if you're warm from the fire or if it's your nerves heating up. I know that the fire is right here, but maybe if we stop talking about all the time, we can start to pretend. it's not here and doesn't, threaten to burn us alive. He's not supposed to hear me. Get out of here, Wraith. I was about to make an important decision about telling a story or not. Yeah, we'll tell a story. I hope it's a mystery. Why are you here? Okay, so what type of story do you want to tell? Romance. Fuck off, Trickster. I do find it funny that they added him in here. But his personality is just, it's getting on my nerves. About two lovers who take poison together and die foaming at the mouth. So, Romeo and Juliet? Or about two strong hunters who meet when they both try to bludgeon the same wily Wolverine? Not quite. It's about my parents. They met at a party in college. He was hosting, and she'd been dragged there by some friends. They couldn't have been more different, and yet, as the night went on, they were drawn to each other. He made fun of his taste in music, and he took an interest in her major, women's studies. They were married within 2 months. It's soon to know if you can trust someone, don't you think? It's so sweet. Exactly. I learned a lot about love from them. If you know, you know. Some people don't need years to get acquainted with their partner. Love could spark from a mere look across a campfire. Now you've got their attention. Each killer is furiously attempted to catch your eye from across the fire pit. Except for Trickster, who has wandered over to the bar and is loudly playing his own music on headphones to drown you out. Yeah, that was not a very good story. I don't mean to insult you, but it was actually quite bad. Sorry, but this narrator keeps it real. We can't just end there. So, who else would like to hear a story from tonight? You look from killer to killer, trying to decide who might be the most entertaining. We've heard from Huntress. I still want to hear more from Wraith. I guess if you want, let's see what story I could tell. I could tell you one about Mami Wata, a beautiful African sea goddess who would lure men in with sex and then reveal her true form as half woman, half fish, making them swear to be true to her and no one else. Long story short, it usually ended badly for the men. Which is the end of that story, I guess. My bad. Let's see. Oh. There's that one about the mysterious cult that would demand human sacrifice to, that's no good. You don't want to hear that one. There's the living tree. Its branches were more like tentacles, and it oozed a strange liquid from its bark. One time a girl I knew drank the liquid. She disappeared that night. But a week later, a new tree appeared. It had a very familiar looking face etched into the bark. No, that's a bad story. That could never happen. What about something truly horrifying? One time I was doing my maths and I mixed up the quadratic equation and Pythagorean theorem. Just for a second in my mind, I guess I was tired, but wow. That was really scary. I want to hear more about the half-fish lady, particularly the fish part. It's not just you. Half the time I have no idea what the hell Trapper is talking about either. When you're hot and rich and extremely scary, you start to think people will just accept whatever you say. How was story time? A lot of people like to take pot shots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up. When you think it's the end, the sequel is almost never as rewarding as the original. That's why I'm much more of a fan of the episodic style of storytelling. Knowing it's a series takes a lot of pressure off any individual installment, and builds a greater sense of community between audience and creator. Tell me, if you could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Don't answer that. We don't actually care. We're just here to make sure that we seamlessly move on to the next segment of the evening. God forbid any small talk get in the way of a romantic Twilight moment. Dwight, I'm gonna need you to shut your trap. You know that we need to get back to that thing we do whenever we're not on screen. What? Okay, have fun tonight and try not to wink wink end up dead. Why'd you say the words wink wink out loud and kind of double entendre are you getting at the end up dead thing? Nope. Dwight is physically incapable of winking, not since the accident. And you do know that all of these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? Well, except for Spirit. She really doesn't belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. Oh my god. Shush. Did I hear somebody trash-talking Spirit? Deal me in. Who, me? What do you say we take this to the hot tub? Oh, we take this talk to the hot tub so we can soak this bod while I roast that ghost with some killer hot takes. I don't like Trapper. Please, enough talk of burns. This things are lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be set next to a literal fire. Must be surrounded by figurative flames as well. What if we turned and ran as far from this place as we could? Just you and me. On those spindly legs, you probably tired before you got too far. If it's running away to someplace more secluded that was after, then you should obviously join me. Have you even seen these legs? Pure power. Not that my walk speed really reflects my giant stature, but that's because I choose to move slowly for stealthy reasons. It's my own choice and it's completely logical. Into the game? Oh my god. Huntress is actually kind of slow. It's amazing. I love that they're poking fun at themselves. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? I'm so over it all. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so that corporations can swoop in and sell you fake solutions to all your fabricated problems. I'll be sitting in the shade and drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed on recycled paper because I refuse to play their game anymore. It's like she's actively trying to be unappealing as possible. Does it really turn anyone else on, or just me? Despite Trapper's insatiable appetite, it seems his attention, along with the attention of everyone else, is still on you, for the moment. If you could, I don't know, just pick one of us, maybe we could all move on with our lives, or, you know, some special projects we might have going. You heard him. Who will it be? Who will you head off with for an evening activity? I'm just saying, you might not get a ton of chances to date around like this before your time on Murder's Island comes to a close. And no, I'm not satisfied with that name either, but with this streaming reality TV dating show boom happening, it's pretty much all that wasn't taken. Which killer will you pick? And yes, we're back to excluding Trickster because, ugh, that guy. I want to go out with Huntress again. You know, I had the feeling you'd pick me. You've got good taste, and I don't just say that because I'm considering eating you. I'm only slightly regretting my decision. Huntress licks her lips as she eyes you up and down. You've never felt like a literal piece of meat this much in your life before. What have you gotten yourself into? Don't take her to dinner. I think I am dinner. Let's go over to the bar. I'm gonna make you something special. You and Huntress whisk yourselves away to the bar, and you arrive to find an arrangement of arts and crafts supplies. Are those taxidermy tools? Cool, cool, cool. Are you freaking out? I'm not freaking out. I wonder what's going on and going through Huntress's head. Though she's bubbly and enthusiastic, you're always terrified she might snap. Something on your mind? She smiles. Drink this. Huntress hands you a seemingly normal tropical cocktail. If you were if one were to drug you into some sort of state in which you could be operated on, these flowers would certainly hide the poison. Also, that flower is the flower that the Blight uses or gets its mix from. You look around and consider what else there is to live for besides becoming Huntress's little toy, and the conclusion is, comes the way. You pound the drink. It's quite nice. I've been thinking about making you a present, a mask. Would you be into that? Yes, of course. I've always admired yours. What would you like? It can't be a dog, even though I know you like them. There was this ex. They were really into Dobermans, like too into them. It's a long story. A cat? Just like the fluffiest white cat mask. Like marshmallow level fluff. You can barely make out any features. The fuck? Okay, I guess I asked. Well, I know what I'm gonna be working on tonight. All alone. In my skimpy pajamas. Gosh. Huntress winks at you. You're awkward? Me or the character? Because I know I'm awkward. Should we just, like, get out of here? Me? I know. These drinks are making me pretty sleepy. Should we just, like, get out of here? Maybe go get directly into your bed? What have I done? No, that's not how the night tonight goes. I mean, it's not how it's supposed to go. Not yet, at least. You cookie kids. Soon. Huntress, you've got lots of hobbies. Why don't you share something with us that you're passionate about? Something less deadly than throwing axes or chasing survivors, maybe. Just a thought. Making more masks or making matching gloves? No, you little joker. I'm thinking of a different type of making. Making our victims die fast, medium, or slow deaths depending on the mood we're in. It's another round of be careful what you wish for on Murder's Island. Wait, I need your help, doing something in a different place entirely? You read my mind. Meet you there. I'm talking about mycology. You know, mushrooms? I've picked a lot of them, and I'm very familiar with which ones make for great soup base and which ones make you super dead. I'll show you 2 mushrooms. You point at the one that's safe to eat. Okay, sounds easy enough. I'm gonna go with this one. That little fellow's an autumn skullcap, and after eating one, if the diarrhea doesn't kill you, the liver failure probably will. Next up, this one is very easy. I'm sure you'll nail it. Point at the one that won't result in almost instant death if you eat it. Yeah, it's a chanterelle. Sounds fancy and tastes fancy too. Just like a certain someone I know, I bet. Why does she want to eat me? Final question. Which will make you jump for joy and which will make you vomit until you die? Well, that's 2 questions. You can't ask 2 questions and then... That doesn't work. I'll pick this one. Correct. That's a green cracking russula. Sure, it might look moldy, but I guess you shouldn't judge a mushroom by its gross green cap. Not everything is exactly as it appears at first glance. That was fun, right? I like flexing a little more than my biceps for you. Alright, let's see here. Tabulating your answers, and not great. Not all wrong. But it only takes 1 poisonous mushroom to put you down for good. Guess I'll just need to keep me around so you don't shove anything deadly in your mouth. Huntress claps her hands giddily. I appreciate you spending time with me tonight. I know the other killers are all alluring in their own way. It means a lot that you spend time with a forest bumpkin such as myself. You're no bumpkin. You're a strong, independent woman. Don't demean yourself. Huntress leaps on you, knife to your throat. I'll demean myself if I want to. She's angry, but also turned on. This is pretty hot. We're here. Claudette and Dwight are gathering everyone together on the beach. Typical. Exactly what the voice said. I'm telling you, and I'm being honest, that you're the only one who can hear me.